Welcome back to the Hawk's Nest. Got a special guest today. Special story. Special guy. His name is Alex. And as I mentioned before, I'm doing a group chat with people that's going to be trying out fasting for the first time for this blessed month of Ramadan. And I'm interviewing everybody. So Alex and I were at the same boxing gym last year. Him and I used to spar together. He used to teach me things, and things that him and I talked about in this podcast really opens your eyes up to people's story. So I want you guys to actually listen to this story, take into consideration people's situations, and learn from it. Enjoy the show.
My journey has brought me to an understanding of the divine forces with which we have all been bestowed. It was in this search that I came upon a revelation, which has called me to guide millions of people towards their righteous destiny.
Recording on my side.
All right, me first got it. All right, I think I'm recording.
All right.
Yeah, I'm recording.
My guy Alex, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. You know, I can't complain.
That's what's up. So I'm gonna give out my background first on how you and I know each other. You know, you and I went to Battle Boxing Gym together with my guy, Coach Kevin. So before we even get started, if you don't mind telling us about yourself and, you know.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Alex. I don't do too much talking on the camera, but I'm just a normal guy. You know, I like to work out. I box. I have a son. His name is Jase. I like to eat, but this fasting has definitely slowed that down for me. And I'm just a real genuine guy. I like to know more about others. And it's good being in this group because that proves even us being from different walks of life, we can all coexist together.
That's a great point. And going into that now, I want to ask, you know, what made you do it in the first place? Like you just mentioned, like you love to eat. You all love to eat. What made you want to fast in the first place?
So I've been out of work since December, and you know, I gained a little bit of weight just, you know, sitting at home, not being able to. I can work out, but not too much, not being able to work out and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe, you know, I hadn't really thought about it, but I was like, maybe if I cut out eating so much, and I was procrastinating a lot because I was like, there was no excuse for me. I was just sitting on the couch. And then you brought up the idea during the month of Ramadan to do this. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's in my head right now. So I was like, that's the perfect time to do it. And I was still hesitant on joining because, like I said, that's one of my guilty things is sometimes I procrastinate heavily. And this fasting not only has it given me an opportunity to lose weight, but also work on my patience, work on not procrastinating so much, getting more stuff done, being in my word a lot, you know, spending more time with God. Because before this fasting, I didn't really, you know, I would say, oh, I love God. I pray, but I don't do this. But this fasting really has opened it up for me to actually be in prayer more and spend more time with God. And I think, with all this stuff going on, you know, with me losing my car and stuff like that and getting hurt and then, you know, getting hurt again. And it really has brought me to a point of peace that I know that I shouldn't have to worry or doubt because what's worrying going to do is not going to add another day to my life. So this group, man, being in here with this group has definitely shown me that what the power of determination and motivation and love can do.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, but that was beautiful. That was beautiful, bro. And you know, going off of that, I was at the mosque today, and one thing that we have to do as people is not let our physical selves get a hold of us. And I think you just mentioning how you've gone through all these adversities. And if you think about it, you've just ended up adding another stress to your life, which is not eating. But in a certain sense, the stress right here is improving you. So I want to ask, like you just mentioned, religion and everything like that and getting close to God. Can you get a little bit deeper on your spiritual journey and fasting, and how has that, like,
So
described?
it's helped me. I'm getting goosebumps right now. It's weird.
That's amazing.
So it's helped me get a lot closer because fasting is for me is, not just eating. Of course, it's like social media. And I stayed away from social media. I messed up the other day and I got on. And when I got on is when I saw that the girl that killed those people up in, where was that at? Was that where was that, in Tennessee
I
or
didn't even hear
somewhere?
about that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I shouldn't have got on social media because I got on there and I saw that and I was like, I should have stayed off. Like, and, my spiritual journey hasn't been like it hasn't been as strong as it is now. Like before, I would, like I said, I would say I would pray and talk to God and try to live like Christ, but I wasn't walking that. I was still drinking. I was still smoking here and there. I would go work out at the gym, of course, and I was still being not a good person, as people would say. I was a good person, but I wasn't like a good person to everyone, and I wasn't living what my spirituality is. So this time off, me being out of work, not having my car, it's giving me a chance to really sit at home and meditate and pray and spend more time in the Word and get more knowledge of the Word and be more loving and peaceful to people. And I just got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man, because I was not a good person. I would say that because I was a liar and stuff like this, and I'm definitely moving past that, man. It's so good. I'm teaching my son things and stuff, and even though he's still little, I want him to be able to emulate somebody good as a man, So this has definitely helped me so much, man. I'm trying not to cry because it's been a lot, man. And I haven't, like I said, even with me going through a lot, I know that I have, burned certain bridges. So, it's hard for me to talk about it, but I have to talk about it because people can change. And when you really put your mind to it and everything like that, it works out so much better. And I'm glad to be in this group. And I feel like, man, I'm like, this is going to be over with, but I still want to be in the group because everybody in the group is so wonderful from different walks of life. Like you said, from Muslim to Christianity to just spirituality. Everybody's so beautiful, man. Seeing everybody's journey, seeing everybody having trouble with their journeys, but still sticking to their journeys. Even when they might break something, they get right back on it. And that just shows the power of the human spirit.
Oh my God. That's a great point. That is a great point. And I think, like, as people here, especially in America, I was talking to Taylor today, I think we've somewhat lost connection with our spirituality. And I think that for you and your story, you saying like you having to fast and actually get more of a connection with not only yourself and with God in this sense, it's not only making you a better person, but it's also improving. And I want to say this, bro, like you said, bro, I wholeheartedly believe 120% that people can change. They just have to take that next step to do so. Nobody can help you change. Nobody can make you change. You got to do it on your own. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. I want to also ask you, bro, how was boxing stuff going, and how was training and stuff like that?
So, with my back, hurting so much, I haven't even, I'm scared to take a chance because like I said, a week ago, I just had to get the epidural in my back. That was my first time. That was my first time ever having to do that. So getting hurt at work kind of slowed things down, but I think that I needed to slow down because when I started working at my job, it's great money working with fiberglass. You would think it sucks, but you get used to it. But it's great money, and I started to make so much money that everything else really didn't matter because I was like, man, I'm making enough money. I can just give it to this person if they need it. Oh, my son needs something here, and I think it got to the point where, and I was able to get a car, which are good things to take care of your business. But I started putting my pride got in the way. I was so proud of myself. I said, oh yeah, this is all I need. My pride is good. I got money. I can take care of my business now. And it's a good feeling until the point where you still don't feel like you're putting the right things first, if that makes sense. And I think I needed to slow down because I wasn't, even when I was going to the gym, you see, I was in there every day. I wasn't taking care of myself. Like I wasn't giving my body no chance to recover. Stand in the gym 6, 7, 8, a whole work shift pretty much. And
Yeah.
I didn't give my body time to recover because even when the gym was closed on the weekends, I was still working out at home for 2 to 3 hours a day. So I wasn't giving myself time to recover. So it was time for me to slow down. And me being away from the gym, man, I was able to spend time with my son more and spend time with my family. And it just felt so good, man. It felt good to be able to do all that, not being so obsessed with wanting to do other things, which was selfish on my end. So it's been a blessing, man. It's been great. Like, I got to see my son last month. He's in Florida. So I got to see him in December, then for his birthday. And then I got to see him again. And then I got to see him again in March. And, he's calling me daddy now. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm happy now. So everything's good.
That is
Everything's
beautiful,
good, man. And I'm gonna get back into boxing because I feel like that's my calling. That's what God set on my heart, and that's one of the talents He gave me. And I would be foolish to waste it and not use it. So I think that this time, right now, is for me to slow down, get things set in motion, get things right, spend more time in my word, spend more time with God, and I know all that other stuff will follow, and I'll get right back into boxing.
man. That is beautiful. That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful. And I want you to understand this too, bro. Like, but just with your story, this proves the fact there is really no good and bad. There's just circumstance. Like,
Yeah.
for example, for you, like you got hurt, but in the midst of you getting hurt, everything else fell in place. Your relationship with your son,
Mm-hmm.
your spiritual self, your calmness, like that's beautiful to see, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I think that you and I going to in the boxing gym, yeah, you were in there a lot. And I can tell you're
Yeah.
a lot more calm during this conversation that we're having now.
Yeah,
And it's crazy
definitely.
to say it, but like, how old are you now?
I'm 28.
28, bro. And let's be honest. Like, I think like no matter how old you are, you can always say you're mature, bro. And I can see it, bro. I can see it for sure.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get this. I got this one little gray hair here. I need to get that thing pulled out or something. I tried
Now,
to
great.
pull it out. I tried to pull it out earlier. It wouldn't come out. I thought it was my dog hair, but it wasn't. It's a gray hair.
Hey, man, gray hair is a blessing. That's a blessing. I can't wait till I get mine.
I got one over here and one up here on top of my head.
Hey, you never know. You might be in there like this. You got the silver wolf. You know what I mean? Get the waves
Yeah.
going. That go hard.
Yeah, man. But other than that, man, I'm gonna get back into boxing definitely. It's just gonna take some time and some patience. And right now, I feel like I'm in a good spot. That, like I said, even with everything going on, I'm at peace. It's weird. Like you would think I would be worrying and crying and moping, but I'm at peace, man. I just feel good, man. And that's a peace that is very hard to attain. And I know I won't lose that again because once you have it, stuff can come your way and you're going to come out better for it and you're going to get through it.
Definitely, bro. Hey, I can't wait to post this one. I think everybody needs to hear this because your story is definitely one that touches me. And bro, I just pray that you keep on this path because obviously it's working. And what's something for you based on your situation? What's something that you would say to somebody as advice? If somebody came to you and was like, "I need some advice." Let's say they're going through hardship or they're going through something.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell? What would you tell them to come keep going? What would you say?
From my life experience, look, I hate telling this story, but I think people need to hear it. When my mother died in 2016, I was 22, and man, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. And it's been 6, 7 years since then. I'm like, and at that time I was like, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna make it, man. My mom did everything. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, man. I said, I just don't know. I said, she's not here to help me. I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna have to grow up really fast. And I made a bunch of mistakes from then up until now. And I would say that, man, you're gonna get through it. Like you would think that was the worst thing that could happen to me. For me, that was the worst thing that could happen to me. And I remember that day like it was yesterday. Like I was just, I still think about my mom. But when people say that it takes time to heal. It does take time to heal, but you never fully heal from a broken heart, I would say. But the crying days will be over. The days that you don't feel like you can't do it. I would say that was 6 years ago, and I'm still here, and I'm still working hard, and I'm still getting better. I'm still, I still fall short. I still make mistakes, but I'm getting better. And I would say to people that who are going through hardships, do not give up. Please don't give up. When you think there's no hope, that little bit of hope is all you need, just that little bit of much to keep going. And you'll get through it. I promise you will. I promise. Like, there's no doubt about it. You will get through it.
But that's beautiful, bro. And in our faith, and I'm pretty sure probably Christianity too, because they're connected. In Islam, we believe that God doesn't give any type of hardship to someone who can't handle it.
Yeah.
So there's no point in giving up. You're going through it for a reason. And in that reason, there's always some type of light in it. And I can tell you're actually seeing it now, bro. I couldn't even, like, losing a mom is something I can't even imagine. So condolences, bro. And I pray that she's up there looking down on you, bro. And obviously she is.
Yes. And guys, trials it builds character. It builds your strength. That's how you truly get strong, through trials. You get stronger through trials. Keep that smile on your face. I don't like to smile too much because my smile ugly. Missing a few teeth back here from boxing, but just keep smiling, man. It'll get better. Whatever you're going through right now, you think it's the worst thing possible. Trials build character, and it builds true strength in your spirit. So keep going.
And it's crazy, bro, because it goes right back to what we're doing now, right? Which is fasting.
Yeah.
that is a trial by choice, right?
Literally. Literally. Keep fasting, guys. Even when you break it, get right back on it. I had to break it the other day when I had my epidural. I was like, I got to eat something, man. I wasn't eating all day, but I had to eat to get my energy back because I was just out of it all day that day. But, don't use it as a crutch. Get right back into it. And that's what everybody's doing. Everybody, I see everybody in the chat. I'm like, man, look at these people, man. That shows true persistence that, even if they break it, they admit it, be truthful and honest, and they get right back on it. And like I said, that's the beauty and power of the human spirit.
It's strong, bro. And I think people don't even realize it, because I'm pretty sure, like, tell me if that's happened to you yet. If you told anybody that you were fasting, and if you had, like, what was their response?
I haven't told too many people, unless they ask me. I told my dad, and he was like, okay. He said, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now too. If I do tell someone, like my dad, I try not to tell anyone, because unless they ask, because that's a journey for yourself. But if I do, like our group chat where we're all taking that journey together, I'll tell them, man, I'm about to lie. On Facebook, one of my friends, she was thinking about fasting, but she was scared to do it. And I was like, I asked her, why are you scared to do it? And she was like, man, I don't know if I can go without eating for that long. And I said, it's not necessarily about just fasting for the cause of, not eating food. You could fast from social media. You can fast from doing something else that's getting you away from getting you successful. You could be playing your video game too much. You could be watching TV, scrolling through Facebook too much, scrolling through Instagram. Fasting is not just about eating. And when you fast and stay in prayer, that's how you get through it. That's because it's all up here. When you fast and you're talking about your stomach, it's all up here. This controls all of this. So I told her, try it. I said, don't think of it as I'm not going to be able to eat, because now you're putting a crutch on it. You're saying, oh man, I like to eat. I ain't going to be able to eat. I don't know if I can do it. Don't think about it like that. Think about it as this is getting you spiritually stronger, and it's making your body stronger and healthier as well. Think about the benefits of it instead of thinking about what you selfishly in the flesh have to get rid of, because your flesh is never going to be stronger than your spiritual. So think about the spiritual benefits that it will give you, and then those spiritual benefits will show on your physical.
So did she ever try it?
She's in it right now. You know,
Uh-oh.
she has a child. I think she just had a child that's a newborn, and she's in it right now, and I think she's doing pretty good. And she's a really good friend of mine, and I just told her, stay strong, stay in prayer, because that's what's going to get you through it. Stay in prayer and keep your mental strong. Don't start thinking about the selfish nature of the flesh. Stay in your spiritual. That's how you get through it.
Oh, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. You got her on it. That is so dope. That's so dope. So after this, right? Let's say that Ramadan ends in the thing is what? Within 2 weeks now?
I think 2 weeks. Yeah. Let's
Two
see.
weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks. Yeah.
About 2 weeks. About 2 weeks left. Just about. So with this ending, what is something that you're going to actually continue doing when it's over?
Man, I don't did all this and got this piece, man. I ain't stopping nothing. I ain't about to lose this. I ain't about to lose this piece, man. This feels too good. I ain't want to go back to what I was doing.
That's dope.
I'm trying to keep
That's
this.
so
I'm trying to keep going. I'm gonna have my little snacky snacks every now and then, but I'm gonna keep doing this because I mean this was like a whole transformation for me.
Wow.
This
In
was like
two
a whole
weeks.
this was a whole transformation. Like I said, I would eat 4 or 5 times a day. You know, I'm a big guy. I like to lift weights, but man, this is a whole transformation for me. Like I feel great. I'm not stopping. I'm gonna keep going. This feels good to me, man. I don't know about all y'all, but I hope y'all stay in it too. Because this is excellent. This is amazing.
Hey, this is definitely we say in Islam, we say that it's been prescribed by God. So it's definitely Christianity as well has been prescribed by God. So
Mhm.
this is definitely a medicine that we take for granted. And I think if people here in the States actually like imagine if like instead of Christmas, bro, like you had to actually earn Christmas. That makes sense. Like imagine it's like a week or
Yeah,
2 weeks where you had to actually earn those gifts that you get. But a lot
exactly.
of people will be a lot more in tune with what's going on instead of it being a marketing scheme. And we'll be
Exactly.
a lot less suicides, a lot less obesity, probably even a lot less diabetes and sickness, bro. Like this is something that we actually need, and people don't understand it.
Yeah. You
Understand it.
know, people never think about. They always, like I said, they always think about the flesh when it comes to fasting and stuff like that. The first thing they say is, "Oh, I got to stop eating." That's the first thing people usually say.
Hmm.
I can't drink either.
Hmm.
Well, can I? You know, I said you just got. It's discipline. You got to have self control. You know,
Exactly.
that's all it is. And a lot of people don't have self control. But I feel like when they do take that chance and risk their flesh and sacrificing their flesh, I feel like people really come out better for it because
Yes.
you know it's like I said, it's all mental. You thinking about the flesh, you thinking about what you got to give up. Sometimes you have to give up certain things to get to better things.
Very true. Very true. Wow, bro. And it's really crazy how you just only been in it for 2 weeks and you're already like noticing a difference. So just imagine 2 more, imagine 3 more, imagine 4 more. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna sprout like a flower, bro. You're gonna sprout like a flower. And I just hope that people understand, like you said, right? Like people understand that the only way for us to grow is to grow through hardship. And this hardship,
yeah,
living here in the States is too easy. Life is too easy, bro.
yeah.
I told
It is.
you, this is too easy. You have to actually choose hardship. And of course, like we enjoy working out, right, for the endorphins. But what else are
Mm-hmm,
you doing for? We got the three, right? You have the mind, body, spirit, right? What are you doing for
yeah.
your spirit? You work out your mind by reading books, the body by going to the gym. What are we
Mm-hmm,
doing for our spirit? And I think like when it comes to fasting, we're not only working our spirits, we're working all three at one, right?
yeah,
So this is something I just hope that these videos, especially this one right here, gets as much publicity as possible because people have to hear your
yeah.
testimony, bro. 'Cause I think
And
it's strong.
and a lot of people don't realize when you're hungry and you got low energy and you feel like you don't want to pray, that's the part that you're really connected closer to God is when you feel like that, is when you feel terrible and you feel like you just want to give up. That's the when you're energized, you feel like you can do anything. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go in here and pray. I feel good. Or I'm gonna go in here and work out. I feel good. It's the
Hmm.
same exact thing. When you feel low energy, that's when you're closer to God. That's when you get the most strength to get through it. Is when you feel bad and you feel terrible, that's when your spirit is stronger. It's trying to open up. It's time to get connected.
Amazing, bro. Have you seen what's been going on in Philly, bro?
I've seen a lot, man. Social media has I try to stay away from because that's one thing. Seeing all that stuff, I know it would drain me until a certain amount. Seeing so much, man. Like I said, when I saw those people that got killed by that woman, it was three children and 3 adults, man. It just made me so sad. And I was like, man, I regret getting back on social media today. But I've seen a little bit of what's going on. Not much because I was it's just it's hard to watch, man. It's just hard to watch. And you read about it and then you're like, oh, I gotta go pray because that just made my soul and my spirit sad.
Yeah, bro. And you look at it, it's almost like those people don't even have any. It's like their soul is gone at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no spiritual strength whatsoever. And think about it like this, like, first of all, we have like what, a 400 trillion and one chance of being human, first of all. Second of all, that person that's going through those things, right? Person who's going through drug addiction or alcoholism or someone who's committing those murders, that could have been us.
Yeah.
That can be us, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think like in this journey right here and actually and recognizing that and seeing those things to realize like, bro, I have to stay steadfast and keep on a straight path.
Exactly, because not working on those things. So if you have no patience for something and you haven't been working on having patience, you could lose patience and go out here and do something. If you eat a lot like myself, then you don't see your problem until you look at it, eating so much, eating and being gluttonous and stuff like that. You know, of course I'm working out, but I would eat a lot. And sometimes I would eat to the point where I would know I'm full and I would still eat. So you will never see those problems unless you sit down, confront it, look at it, and work on it.
At least you saw it, right? And I think as people here now, for example, right, you just mentioned like people would say like, why would I fast? I can't eat for that. I can't stop eating for that long, right? Once you notice it and actually go through matter of fact, perfect example, right? I think for me personally, I think fasting is like working out, right? While you're working out, it's freaking hard, right? You're working out, you're sweating, you're sore, your muscles hurt. But once you finish that workout, the amount of achievement that you feel is like fasting. Like once you finish fasting and actually stop eating for a certain amount of time, no more, not too much sugars and stuff like that in your body.
Yeah.
Once you finish it and actually finish through the day and drink that first sip of water, bro, you feel amazing.
And that's why for the first time when I worked out the other day, I said, oh, so because when you did it and we didn't know, none of us knew, and you competed in the championship night at with the Gamecock Boxing Club. I'm like, bro, you doing all this and you've been fasting, like, and now I'm like, bro, this is hard. I'm about to throw up some blood or something. This is terrible. And it just shows you, like I said, that motivated me too, because I was like, okay, that just shows the power, like I said, the power of the human spirit. People underestimate their spirit so much and what they can do. You can do all things. Nothing is impossible when you put your mind to it. Nothing. When you truly put I know it's people hear it and they say, oh man, that sounds so cheesy, but it's true. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. When you put your mind something, really put your mind, soul, and heart into something, you're gonna get it done.
Hey, bro, what they be saying, the more you put in, the more you get out, bro. And I truly believe it. I truly believe it. Truly believe it. Because if you think about it, like, you tell me if you went through this as well, like, I can see myself when I was in college, bro, the amount of things that I would just end up doing was just like, I look back on it now, is just unhealthy, not only for the body, just for the spirit in itself.
Yeah.
Like, but like, why? You know what I mean? And you look back on it, you start to realize, like, the reason why you were doing those things is because those things were the norm.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing about it is that we have to get away from the norm. That's why we're fasting now, because fasting is not normal. Right. If it was, everybody would be doing it. But if you look at people that I seen in the group chat, all the great people, Jesus fasted, Muhammad fasted, peace and blessing be upon him. Mahatma Gandhi fasted, right? Seneca fasted. All these people was great. all these greats that came before us have fasted, and we've lost the importance of it. We've lost the importance of spirituality. And that's
Yeah,
getting back into it in this generation now is, I think, even more impressive, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. Because we are that, generation that, as they would say, Generation Z. I said we should be able to prove that we can still fast and be spiritual and, and pray and still be a certain way, but also change, because it's like a renewal of the mind. So once you change your mind and get that renewal in your mind, it all follows. You change your heart, and then your heart, everything else just flows together. And then I feel like in this generation, we definitely need fasting, and I wish more people would come to it, because you can't force anything on anyone. You can, people have to come to it themselves. And, I try to explain it to, like, my friend in the most gentlest and genuine and honest way that I can. And I feel like that helps. So definitely fasting. I feel like, what I'm saying, everybody can't do it because, it's not the norm, but if we had more of it, there would be a lot more good than bad.
For sure. And then going on now, we in our group chat here, we decided to like not be on social media. And I think the reason why social media is so dangerous, it can be very dangerous, because we've gotten used to instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
And I think instant gratification now in these things is not only when it comes to how many likes, comments, and shares that you get. I think these things also come in the form of the amount of clothes that you have, the amount of food that you have, right? You're seeing these videos of people who are indulging in food, right? Those mukbang videos.
Yeah.
To me personally, it's disgusting, in my opinion, right? Or they try to drink a full soda in like 2 minutes or something. It's like, why? Me either. I would never do that. The reason why they're doing it is because not because they want to do it or they enjoy doing it. They're doing it because it's for likes, right?
Yeah.
So I think these things all revolve around the same thing. And I think that for us to actually get away from those things, not only when it comes to food, but get away from the norm of society and get away from social media, we've actually programmed ourselves to not only realize that this generation can be sick, but also realize that we are a lot stronger than we think we are.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot stronger than we think we are, bro.
That's, man, that spoke to my heart right there.
Thank God, bro. And I'm just happy. Like when I saw you hit me up on Instagram when you wanted to do it, I was like, bro, this is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Slim is me and you, Slim in the group chat, and we all met at the boxing gym. Like it speaks volumes. And I think as fighters, that not only just shows, because to be a fighter, you got to be crazy. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
to get punched in the face, you got to be crazy.
That comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, right? Like you got to be able to get a black eye, bust a lip. So for us to then come around and be like, you know what? I'm not only disciplined enough to run 2, 3, 4, 5 miles, go 12 rounds sparring, but I'm also disciplined enough to be like, you know what? For the next 12 plus hours, I'm not eating or drinking, or waking up 5:30 in the morning to go to eat, drink, make sure I'm prepared, right? Or waking up 5:30 to go work out. Just saying, I feel like it's a cycle for us. You know what I mean?
And like, I was just thinking about something. Thinking about that, people like, I was like, you get a headache because you're so hungry. But I'm hungry. I just want to eat or drink something. And like I said, that's really where you're more connected to the spirit. And you're going to tell your flesh, no, I'm not going to do it. But then something else is telling you, man, just go ahead and get that little sip of juice. You want to go ahead and sip a little bit of juice and get you a little sandwich. And I feel like that is, your flesh telling you, man, just go ahead and do it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. When it really, in actuality, you would think it's not going to hurt anything, and it's not substantial enough to hurt you, but it's to the point where, okay, now you just broke the veil of that spirituality that you were trying so hard to connect to. So I feel it's a battle, and you have to be mentally prepared to take it on, because you're fighting with yourself. That's what you're fighting with yourself. So you just have to be prepared for it.
It's crazy because like what other time do you feel like you're fighting against yourself? Because I feel like when it comes to like working out, for example, we talk about boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm training for boxing, yes, I'm fighting against myself, but the only reason why I'm doing that is because I'm scared of losing, right?
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to us having to say like, you know what? No, I'm not going to the refrigerator to get some juice or not going to get a sandwich. There is a reason because not only because of our personal strength, but I also think in the back of our mind, even if you're not religious, I think in the back of our mind we realize
Yeah.
that somebody's watching me right now.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense because if that was the case, right? People think that we know God doesn't exist. I tell you why. You know why God exists, bro? Because if that was the case, people be out on the streets like animals, having sex on the streets,
Yeah.
urinating, defecating on the streets, or
Mm-hmm.
having no clothes on the streets. But why we have these moralities already programmed inside of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think like for all of us as human beings now, and actually choosing, right, having a
Mm-hmm.
conscious effort to say like, you know what, I'm not doing those things, goes back to the case of I'm going to fast today.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Yeah.
have to. To be honest, you don't have to fast. Honestly,
Yeah.
keep it 100 with you. I could go out right now butt naked, but I'm not going to do that.
Exactly.
Come on, people don't understand, bro.
You explained that so well.
I appreciate that, bro.
I
I
think
appreciate.
a moment that I'm fighting myself on, and I have to get in prayer, is not being able to see my son every day. And I'm dealing with not only am I hurt about it, but the patience of it, because I'm like, man, dang, when I gotta leave him, I'm like, man, when can I come back? I'm anxious. I'm getting myself anxious. I said, I can come back next month, or maybe I can come back next week. And then I start worrying, and I'm like, okay, let me just calm down, because I know I'll see him again. I just have to be patient, take it for what it is right now, be patient. And this fasting has taught me that I can be patient and keep working at it. And eventually I'll be to the point where I can see him every day. So I just have to be patient. That's one really thing that I'm fighting with myself. And I fight every day with it. I'm just like, I got to be patient. Some moments I'll get to the point where I'm like, man, I'm tired of being patient, man. I want to go. And I think that's one thing I'm working on with this. I'm getting better at it, especially with this fasting. It's giving me an opportunity to work on it. Like you were saying, sometimes it's just circumstance. And it's giving me an opportunity to really work on it, really sit down and take a moment, breathe, and just work on everything. Everything that you got so cluttered up, you got time to work on it. And that's what it is for me. It's a beautiful thing, man.
But that's beautiful, bro. I see you have about a minute and some change left. And I'll ask you this last question, bro, and I think it's going to be a good one.
Okay.
I can tell that you and your son have a great relationship, and I can tell how much he means to you, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing as a Black man. And I want to ask you, if someone was to ask your son what kind of father you are, what kind of man you are,
Mm-hmm.
what would you want him to say?
I would want him to say, I would want him to say, I would want him to be just like me. Like, I would want him to say, I want to be just like my dad when I grow up, because my dad is just the greatest person. And even though I'm not without fault, that he can see that what I am as a man is how you should be, loving, kind, genuine, hardworking, and strong in your mental. And I would hope he would say that I want to be just like my dad when I grow up, because not a lot of people say that, because a lot of parents say, oh, I don't want you to be like me when I grow up. And I feel like I don't want him to be just like me, because I want him to have his own path. But I would like for him to say, I want to be like my dad. I want to have those same values, if that makes sense.
That's beautiful, bro. I have less than a minute left. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to appreciate you and thank you for getting on the show, bro. And I can't wait to post this one. It's gonna be amazing. Now, I got to get back on this again soon for sure. I appreciate talking to you, bro.
Definitely, bro.
Definitely, bro. I appreciate
you having me, man. I'll see y'all in the chat, man. I see y'all in that group chat. Y'all better stay on that fast. Don't break it. Stay on.
Don't break it. Keep going.
Yo, thank you for watching. Yes, I'm in the closet. I need some more quiet. Anyways, please please subscribe. I got more stuff coming, more workouts, more motivation, and more intellect. See you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.